Hey guys, it's Kevin here from Formulaperformance. We got ourselves another project. A 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ. This particular YJ had been left for about 6 years by the previous owner because he had lost interest in this particular project. It hadn't moved and it hadn't run. We'll insert a couple of photos of the day we purchased this Jeep. So you can see some of the progress that we've had over the last few weeks of going over this Jeep to see. We're going to start looking over this particular Jeep to see some of the issues that it's had. As you can tell, we've started some of the body work on this particular Jeep. We've removed some of the trim, the tires, and lifted the Jeep off the ground to see what we have. Starting here with the front fender, we've removed some of the rust. We used a rust converter product to encapsulate whatever rust is left. We're going to walk around the Jeep and see what other issues of rust damage there is. As you can tell, here on the driver's front rocker, there's a little bit of a rust hole. It's already been cleaned up. Rust converter has been applied. Also, in the rear section of the rocker, same idea. Rust converter has been applied and the rust has been removed. Also in the driver's rear quarter, there was a little bit of rust here. Again, we've cleaned it up, put a little bit of rust converter. One major reason why this Jeep was parked for so long is the previous owner had backed into a stump and he had dented the rear of the Jeep. Unfortunately for him, he had dented the rear cross member, the rear section of the bottom of the tailgate, and he had put a hole in the gas tank. We've started some of the repairs, removing the rear cross member. We're going to pull this dent out. We've already have a replacement gas tank and skid plate to install. We're going to rebuild this section of the Jeep. Thankfully, the Jeep frame is not tweaked at all. It was just a minor accident. He just unfortunately backed into a stump. It happens, guys. We're very fortunate that this Jeep has a very solid frame. There's no holes in the frame. There's not even really pitting on this particular frame, which is very good for us here in New York. These Jeeps are getting older, they're getting harder to find in good condition. So we're going to walk around to the passenger side of the Jeep and see what issues we have to address there. As you can tell, the rear passenger quarter had a little bit of damage. The rear tire stop had a little minor denting, and so did this bottom quarter. So this has all been pushed out. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit more, and a little bit of body filler will be applied, and it will make this perfect. We're going to walk down the passenger side of this particular Jeep and see what other issues it has. On the passenger side rocker here, there's some minor denting. To address this, we're going to put a diamond plate rocker. We're going to put it on both sides of the Jeep. It will clean this up very nice, give it some extra protection, and give it a tough look. That rocker will extend into this front fender and cover this particular hole. This hole will be filled before we apply the rocker, and we'll clean it up and prep it for paint. In the front of this Jeep, the passenger side fender has had some previous body damage. We started to prep this area with some rust converter for body work. We're very fortunate that this particular Jeep does not have a lot of damage in the body. It does have some common rust issues like around the front windshield frame. Those areas have been addressed with some rust converter. A light coat of Bondo will address any pitting that is there. We're going to take a look under the hood here, guys. This particular Jeep had been run for numerous years, so all the fluids will have to be replaced. I've started some of the work already on this particular Jeep. I've replaced all the metal brake lines. Unfortunately, this Jeep had sat in the grass and they had rusted completely out. Also, I had to replace the power steering low pressure side hose. It had rotted out. I had to replace it. Again, just something from age and sitting. We're going to clean up the engine bay. This particular engine bay has lots of overspray from this red repaint. We're going to clean that up. We're going to address all the other issues that this particular engine has and give it a fresh bill of health. We're going to take a look inside the Jeep. We've started some of the repair work required for this particular Jeep. We were very fortunate when we purchased this Jeep that the floors were in very good shape. There's a very small hole on the driver's side front floor that needs to be addressed. It's pretty common. The door seals start to leak. The water collects on the rug. Rug stays wet. Eventually rusts through the floor. We're going to take a look inside, guys, to see some of the work we've started. Shortly after we purchased this Jeep, we gave this Jeep a quick power wash just to blast off all the loose rust and dirt off this particular Jeep. We were very fortunate that the frame was in very good shape. We're going to take a quick look at the frame. The frame will get cleaned again, get prepped, and will be painted. Guys, we're going to wrap up this first episode of this particular Jeep revival. We got some exciting stuff coming for the next episode, so stay tuned for that. We're going to reveal the color of this particular Jeep, and we're going to give you a few of the other insider looks to what it takes to bring a Jeep that had been sitting for numerous years back on the road. Guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, check out some of our merch. We truly appreciate it. Thank you. I believe about 6 years or so, this Jeep has not started, has not run, has not even moved. Let me